welcome everybody. Happy Monday. Let's come on down into our active rest pose. And we'll begin down here. Just bringing the hands to the lower abdomen, closing the eyes, and walking the feet out or in or around until we feel that we've got that nicely balanced sacrum. Then with the eyes closed, let's let the heart soften toward the mat. Let the shoulders soften toward the mat. Let the jaw release. And for a few moments, let's just be still, doing nothing at all. And just noticing the thoughts and feelings that are swirling around in the consciousness. Without attaching to any of them, just notice. Notice if there are any areas of the body that could release a little bit more. So we're just inviting any tension that we may be holding to drop away into the mat. And let's begin to deepen the breath just very slightly, using an Ujjayi breath and taking just a little bit longer inhale and a little bit longer exhale. And as we breathe this way, let's gently rock our head side to side, just very slowly and gently. And notice as we rock the neck side to side, if any other part of the body starts to grip, like the feet or the hips, and see if you can rock the neck without adding tension in the lower back or the feet, even the shoulders. Inviting the jaw to stay very relaxed. And then let's gradually rock the neck back until we feel that we've got a nice relaxed point of contact through the back of the head. Then let's begin to rock the pelvis side to side, keeping the rest of the body pretty still. So we're just massaging across the sacrum, east to west. Let's rock our way back to center. And let's do a few breaths where we're rocking the pelvis north to south. And just be aware of any little micro adjustments that you're making to accommodate this movement pattern. Maybe as we release the tension from the lower back and the hips, the feet need to be a little further away or closer in. And just make those little adjustments as things become more and more neutral, more and more relaxed here. And let's rock back to a centered sacrum. And we'll picture the sacrum like the base of our pelvic bowl. And we'll just rotate the bowl round and round, massaging into the base, massaging into the sacrum. And notice here if the shoulders want to get involved or the jaw thinks it needs to be helpful here. Just let every other area of the body be at ease and relaxed. And let's change direction. Not a lot of movement in the knees, just rolling the pelvis round and round, releasing tension in the back and the hips. And let's gradually circle back to a centered sacrum. Hands on the lower abdomen, close the eyes if you open them. Take a few deep breaths, Feeling this neutral sacrum, neutral spine. And let's begin to use a more active breath. With each exhale, now we'll begin pulling the abdominal muscles away from the t-shirt, letting the lower ribs stay relaxed into the mat. Just beginning to work our way into the core. And let's keep these deeper breaths flowing. We'll keep our left hand on the lower abdomen, bring the right hand behind the back of the head, and we'll let our head stay heavy in our hands. So we're not using our neck at all. Let's press into the feet. And as we exhale, let's curl up. So we're looking past the knees. And on the inhale, we'll curl down, keeping that tone in the abdominals. Let's do this a few times, hugging those abdominals down and in, curling up on the exhale and down on the inhale. Feel those belly muscles pulling down and away from the palm of the left hand. The next time that we curl up, let's stay lifted. Continue this nice deep breathing, pressing the soles of the feet into the mat. One more inhale, and on the exhale, roll on down. Let's switch hands. On our next exhale, let's curl up and we'll pause, putting some weight in the hands so the back of the head is heavy. Let's lower an inch on the inhale, lift an inch on the exhale. Lower an inch and lift an inch. Keep pressing into the soles of the feet. Keep pulling those abdominal muscles down and away. Let's do 3 more. One more. And roll on down. Let's bring our arms to our sides, finding that neutral place with the back of the head again, maybe rocking the neck side to side a few times. Then scooping the shoulder blades down the back. Let's bring one leg up into tabletop and then the other. From here, let's dip one toe down to almost touch the mat or touch the mat, and exhale, bring it up again. Inhale down the other leg, exhale, bring it up. We'll go back and forth. Notice if your shoulders are gravitating toward the ceiling, and if they are, really scoop those shoulder blades toward the back pockets. Upper arms are lightly pressing toward the mat. Then let's speed up this movement pattern a little bit if that appeals to you, so that as one toe dips down, the other one is coming up. Keep the jaw soft. On each exhale, really hollow out the belly. And let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both legs up into tabletop, knees lightly touch. We'll take the right leg and open it out to the right. Inhale, exhale, bring it back to center. Then the left leg, inhale, open it slowly out. Exhale, back to center. So nice and slow. And feel free to keep those arms at your sides. If you'd like to work with the arms a little bit, you can clasp hands, bring the hands up, and lightly pull apart through the hands as we work our way deeper into the hips. Let's do one more on each side. Then bringing our arms down at our sides again, let's stretch both legs up to the sky. Let's point the toes and then point the heels. Point the toes And then the heels back and forth a few times. And let's bring the legs back into our tabletop so the knees are right over the hips again. Let's take our right leg and extend it, stretching out toward the wall in front of us, and then bend again, back to tabletop. Then the left leg, inhale, extend, exhale, bring it back. Reach on the inhale, return on the exhale, and let's imagine those shoulder blades scooping toward the back pockets again, activating the back body. Reach the tailbone toward the wall in front of you. Good, then come on back to tabletop. Let's bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Reach the arms out wide and just rock the knees from side to side. Then bringing those knees back to center, let's come back into our tabletop once again. This time, let's lift our arms toward the sky, palm facing palm, root the shoulder blades toward the mat. As we extend the right leg, let's reach out with the right arm and exhale, return. Then the left side, inhale, reach away, exhale, return. Nice and slow. Feel that sacrum, like the base of our bowl, really steady, pressing downward into the mat. Keep that neutral lower back. Well, let's scoop those shoulder blades down toward the back pockets. Reach the tailbone away in the same direction as the toes. Let's do one more like this. Then returning to tabletop, let's extend both legs and both arms. Inhale. Exhale, return, bending the knees again. We'll inhale, reach away. Exhale, return. Only reach away so far as you can keep that neutral sacrum. Let's do 3 more. One more. Let's bring those knees in close, wrap your arms around the knees and rock from side to side, massaging the back. Rocking back to center, let's bring the knees into our tabletop. Arms reach upward toward the sky. Core is drawing down and in. We'll open the right leg out to the right and the left arm out to the left. Inhale, exhale, return. Then the opposite sides. Inhale, open out. Exhale, return. Imagine you're moving through something thicker than air, like you're moving through water. So we're opening that hip now out to the side. So watch me for a moment. Instead of extending the leg, we're keeping the shape of the leg and just opening it out to the side and then coming back to center. Yes, beautiful. Let's do one more on each side. Then bringing the arms down at our side, let's place the sole of the left foot on the mat. Reach the right leg up to the sky. Find that neutral sacrum, root the shoulder blades down the back. Reach a little bit with the fingertips toward the wall in front of you. Then let's lower that right leg to almost touch the mat. Inhale, exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, reach away. Scoop those abdominals as you exhale and lever the leg back up. 2 more. One more. And bring the sole of the right foot down, reach the left leg toward the sky, point through the toes. Inhale to lower the leg. Exhale, scoop and lift. Press into the mat through the sole of the right foot. Press into the mat through the palms of the hands, reaching the fingertips in the same direction as the toes. 2 more. And then bring that foot down to the mat. And let's find our magic circle or a block if we're using that. And we'll place the circle underneath our left ankle. So stretch that right out. Then let's find that neutral sacrum again. So wiggling around till we get that. So a block will work just fine if we don't have a circle at home. And let's reach our right leg up to the sky. Same movement pattern, we'll do 3. Lower that right leg down toward the mat. Exhale, lift. We'll lower down. As we exhale and lift, press into that left heel. 1 more like that. Then with that right leg right over the hip, we'll begin some circles, circling in, down, around, and up. So we want a nice smooth circle. And the whole time we're pressing into the circle on our left ankle. We can bring the arms up again and clasp hands if we want to involve the arms a little bit, pulling apart here. Keep that sacrum nice and neutral. 1 more circle in this direction. And change direction, circling out, down, around, and up. So we've got the circle under that left ankle, we're circling the right leg. 1 more in this direction. And then coming back to center, let's come on down. We'll switch sides as gracefully as possible. Bringing that circle underneath the right ankle. Finding our neutral sacrum again, which takes a moment, so take your time for that. Arms at our sides. Once we get there, we'll take that left leg straight up. We'll do a linear movement first. Lowering that left leg to almost touch the mat. Exhale, bringing it back up. 2 more, just to get our bearings here. And 1 more. And with that left leg right over the hip, we'll start our circle, circling in, down, around, and up. That right ankle is pressing downward into the magic circle. So that right leg is working too. Root the shoulder blades towards your back pockets. Reach a little bit through the tips of the fingers. Reach a little bit through the right toes. 2 more circles in this direction. And change direction, circling out and down, in and up. One more big circle. And then bring that foot down. And we'll draw our magic circle in closer. We're going to put both feet inside of it so that it's around the thighs, putting the soles of the feet on the mat. So let's find our active neutral. Let's take a really long time to find active neutral again. Like like 5 hours. Okay. So getting ready for our bridge pose. Soles of the feet on the mat. With our exhale, let's press up, scooping with the glutes, squeezing out a little bit on our circle. Inhale, lower down. So we'll exhale, scoop up, press out. Inhale, lower down. And that's our movement pattern. So keep on going, using the breath. The next time that we lift up into our bridge pose, let's hold here breathing, and we're going to pulse up. And as we pulse up, we'll pulse out. So up through the hips and out through the thighs into the circle. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Shoulder blades are scooping down the back. Soles of the feet are pressing through the floor. Tailbone is reaching away for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay lifted, circle the hips, pressing out on the circle. Lift a little higher. Change direction, push through the floor. Lift, 1 more circle, and lower down. Let's take the circle out, put it onto the ball of the right foot, stretch that right foot up to the sky. Let's place the sole of the left foot on the mat, and let's flex this right ankle up and down. So we're using a little resistance here. Good. We can go nice and slow. We're looking for that smooth flow of movement through the ankle. Then letting the ankle rest. We'll hold the circle with both hands if you weren't already. Let's slowly pull the whole thigh in closer. So we're using some arms here. And then resisting the movement with the arms, we're gonna push upward through the leg. Exhale. So we'll inhale, use the arms to pull the thigh in. We're resisting that. Exhale, push it up. Every exhale, we're pulling those abdominals down and away from our shirt. One more time. Then we'll hold here, just pulling the whole leg in a little closer, keeping the neutral lower back. Just looking for a little deeper stretch along the back of that right leg through the hamstring. And gently release. We'll switch sides, putting the left sole of the foot into the circle. Right foot is on the mat. And let's flex that ankle up and down, offering a little resistance through the circle. So we're working that ankle joint, getting a nice smooth movement pattern going. And letting the ankle be still. We'll use our arm strength to slowly pull the thigh in closer. Inhale, exhale, push upward against the resistance of the arms. So back and forth, pulling with the arms on the inhale, exhaling to push upward with the leg. Right foot is active on the mat. So that foot's pressing downward a little bit, hollowing out the belly on the exhales. 2 more. Then with the leg extended, we'll gently pull the whole thing in a little closer, looking for that deeper stretch through the hamstring. If you like, you can take one hand to the back of that left leg and just massage into it a little bit. The most important thing is to breathe nice and deep. Then holding the circle with both hands again, let's bend this left knee a little bit. So we've got a little softness there. We'll stretch the right leg out long on the mat. We're going to start to push away through this left leg, peeling up, lifting head, neck, and shoulders to curl up. I swear we will do this. Oh, the first one's always the hardest. So roll up and then roll down, bending the knee slightly as we come down, curling down. So we'll roll up and down at our own pace. Really tucking that tailbone to come down. Nice. One more. So next time we lower down, we'll stay lowered, extending that left leg up to the sky. Let's hold the circle just in our left hand. Bring the right hand to the top of that right thigh and press down on it as we draw the left leg in a little closer. And let's soften, we'll switch sides, bringing the circle to the ball of the right foot. We'll extend that left leg out and rest it on the mat. Let's bend the knee and then start to push upward through the leg as we curl up slowly. Again, just finding our rhythm here, using core to put the brakes on as we roll down. Beautiful. Let's do one more. And as we roll down this time, let's hold the circle in our right hand and we'll bring the left hand to the top of that left thigh. Just press that left thigh down as we draw the right leg in a little closer. Deep breaths. And release. So let's roll up for a moment. And we'll put the circle in between the ankles. And we'll walk the feet out a little bit so that we can press outward into the circle. Let's point through the toes. We can bring the arms up if we like. That's helpful to help root the shoulder blades down. And we're gonna roll down slowly, slowly, slowly. Oh yeah. Once we've rolled down, let's inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, reach forward, peel up, squeeze out through that magic circle, and inhale, lift. Beautiful, you guys. Oh. For the record, you don't have to roll all the way up and down. Even if you just rolled up a few inches and then down, that's beautiful. You guys are doing great. Oh, let's do one more. And stop. Let's take the circle out. And we'll stretch the legs out into Dandasana. And let's hold the circle between the palms. Let's sit up nice and tall. We'll squeeze into the circle. Exhale to one side, squeeze. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side, squeeze. Inhale, center. Back and forth. Each exhale, we're hugging those abdominals in, wringing them out. One more to each side. And then coming back to center, we'll place the circle in front of us for a moment and let's come down onto our left hip. You can always use your padding if you want that. Underneath the hip, or roll your mat over, and we'll just stack the knees one on top of the other. Let's be on that left forearm, and let's bring our right hand to our right hip. Let's lift up out of those left ribs. So we're using those obliques, and we'll start to open and close through this right thigh. As we're moving this right leg, left leg is pressing outward. So that's pressing down, in this case, into the mat. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that was so easy. We're gonna need to make it harder. So let's find our magic circle. And we'll bring that between the knees. Bringing that right hand back to the hip. And we're gonna squeeze in, in, in. As we squeeze in, you'll notice the magic circle is gonna help press the leg back out. Let's resist that. So instead of just getting that spring back, we're gonna resist that movement. Sandy's crushing it over there. Love it. I think I just don't dare to squeeze my magic circle that hard. Let's do 5, 4, 3. I don't know, do they? 2. We're about to find out over there. And 1. Let's take that out. We'll bring it in front of us. The cheaper ones break. Okay, well, we're lucky we've got high quality here. So bring the right hand onto the circle. Let's extend the right leg out. Lift up through those left ribs. We're gonna lift the right leg, press into the circle. Lower the leg, soften through the palm. So press down as we lift, soften as we lower. This next time as we lift, let's hold tiny pulses as we pulse the leg up, pulse the palm down. So the brain is like, what? Keep the leg lifted pretty high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiny circles. Press into that circle, crush it. Change direction. For 5, 4, lift a little higher. 3, 2, 1, lift, 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 lift. And bring it down. Let's roll to the other side. Okay. So we'll leave our circle alone for a moment. We'll just come down onto that right forearm, stacking the knees. Let's bring our left hand to the left hip and lift up out of that right shoulder, lifting through those right ribs. Then we'll open and close. Really does feel so easy without any circle or anything now, all of a sudden. Still a hugely effective movement pattern for toning the thighs and the glutes, even without the magic circle. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Then we'll bring the magic circle in. All right, now it gets interesting. So we'll start to pulse it down into the circle. Again, working against that resistance as the knee opens out again. So we use the outer thigh to slow that momentum down as the circle expands back out again. Lift those right ribs, good. Reach the crown of the head away from the toes, so we're staying nice and long through the torso. Left shoulder is soft for 3, 2, and 1. Then we'll bring that circle out, place it out in front of us, palm on the top of it. Let's extend that left leg out to the side. As we lift the leg, we're pressing down into the circle, lower the leg, soften. Again, we're working against that resistance, so we're not just letting the circle spring back to its shape. We're still using arm strength to slow it down. Lift through that right side. Reach long from crown to toes for 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted. Pulse up as you press down into the circle. Keep the torso really steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted. Tiny circles. Push down into that circle. I know, like, press that circle down. Lift a little higher. Change direction. Lift up out of that right shoulder. For 3, 2, 1. Lift, 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 lift. And now come down. Let's release the circle off to the side. Let's come onto hands and knees. Soften through the heart. We'll do a little side bending. So let's side bend to one side. Deep breath in. Exhale, center. Side bend to the other side. Exhale, center. And then returning to tabletop, let's take a few breaths in cat-cow. Then finding neutral tabletop again. Let's draw those abdominals in and up. Let's sink the heart toward the mat, keeping the arms really straight. And then pull the heart away from the mat. So the arms stay the same, Fully sink the heart down and then draw it back up again. Good. Let's do that a few more times. Then finding somewhere in between, so neutral shoulders. Let's curl the toes under. We'll push up into downward facing dog. Keep a little softness in the knees. We're gonna do that same movement pattern with the shoulders in this pose. So we'll sink the heart closer to the mat and then pull the heart away. It's like a slow motion shrug. Working those upper back muscles. Then soften through the shoulders. We'll bring those knees back down to the mat. Let's come on to our forearms. So the elbows will be right under the shoulders. If you're not sure, you can wrap your hands around the outer elbow for a moment. That'll be a good alignment for most of us. And then stretch those forearms out in front of us again. Curl the toes, draw the core in. On an exhale, push up into dolphin pose. Keep that little bend in the knees again. We'll soften the heart toward the mat. Exhale, push the heart back. Inhale, soften. Exhale, press up. Good. 2 more. Neutral shoulders. Let's walk the toes back. So now we're in a forearm plank. So last set of these serratus movement patterns, we can always bring our knees down to lightly touch. We'll lower the heart toward the mat. Exhale, pull it away. Inhale, lower, heart toward the mat. Exhale, pull it away. Beautiful. Nice. Good. 2 more. Then bring the knees in close. Yeah. Or you can rest on the belly. That's fine too. We're going to take a few resting breaths. Could be in child's pose, could be laying on the belly, could be puppy pose. The essential thing is deep breathing into the back. And let's gently rise back up. Let's come onto a seat again into Dandasana. We'll find the magic circle one more time. I'm gonna do one more thing for the upper back and the arms. So we'll return to our Dandasana. We've already done our twist before where we were pushing into this circle. Now we're gonna pull it apart. So we'll sit up tall, take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the side, pull the circle apart. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, pull it apart. One more to each side. And back to center. We'll release the circle. Then let's stretch the legs out into a small V shape. So they're at the outer edge of the mat, the narrow edges. Let's point the toes, just for fun. We'll inhale, reach the arms out wide. Exhale, saw. Inhale, center. Exhale. One more to each side. And coming back to center, let's flex the feet instead of pointing the toes. Reach the arms forward. We're going to keep the belly pulling back, but start to lean in with the upper back, hollowing out the belly. Exhale. Inhale, stack. Exhale, reach. Inhale, stack. We'll do this a few times. Empty out. Exhale more than feels comfortable to your body. Keep exhaling. 2 more. And 1 more. And release. Let's come down onto our back. We'll bring the knees in close to the belly. Wrap your arms around the legs. Give yourself a big hug. Then keeping the knees in close, we'll bring our arms into a goal post position so the elbows are level with the shoulders, backs of the hands on the mat. Root the shoulder blades toward the back pockets. As we exhale, we'll bring the knees toward one elbow. Inhale, center. Exhale the other way. Inhale, center. So we'll keep the thighs hugging lightly together. Using the breath to wring out the core. Keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. 1 more. Then coming back to center, let's bring our arms to our sides. Let's stretch the legs up to the sky. And then we'll open the legs out into a wide V shape. And slowly, slowly, slowly bring them back together to lightly touch. So let's inhale, slowly, slowly open out into our V shape. Exhale, draw them in. Let's do this a few times. This next time, as we open out into our V shape, we'll pause there and pulse out, out, out. Then bring the legs in a little teeny bit closer and pulse in, in, in. And bring the legs back in together, bend those knees, put the hands on the knees. I'd like to do 1 more stretch. Since we've got our magic circle, let's use that. So let's bring it in close again. And let's bring it to the ball of the left foot. We'll stretch that right leg out long. Open the right arm out to the right and let that left leg open out to the left. Should feel really nice. And just find a good angle for your body, letting both shoulder blades just melt into the mat. And slowly, gently draw it back in. And we'll cross the midline just a couple of inches. We'll lightly pull on the magic circle to help root this left sits bone toward the mat. And let's soften. We'll come back to center. Let's switch legs. Stretching that left leg out. We'll open the left arm out to the left and let this right leg open out to the right. Again, just melting those shoulder blades to the mat. Nice long exhales. And slowly, gently, let's come back to center. And cross the midline just a few inches. Pull lightly downward on the circle to root that right sits bone. And soften back to center. Let's release our magic circle. We'll place it to one side. Stretch both legs out. If there's any other gentle movement pattern or pose that you would like to use to round out your practice, please take these next few moments. And otherwise, we'll just drop into a little Shavasana here, letting the body absorb all the benefits of our practice. Let's bring the awareness back to our heart, nourishing the heart with the breath, wiggling the fingers and the toes, taking time to stretch and move in any way that feels good to you. Let's slowly, gently roll to one side, coming through fetal pose, using the hands to help, and press our way up to a centered seat. When we get there, let's close the eyes, bringing the hands to the heart center, bowing the head to the heart. Cultivating the heart space. It's a space of clarity, joy, warmth, and love. May the benefits of today's practice stay with us throughout the day and radiate outward to everyone whose lives we touch. Thank you all so much for being here. Namaste.